Today, joining us now also in the studio, our good friend Colonel Randy Ginn, the Director of Mississippi Highway Patrol and Assistant Commissioner of the Department of Public Safety, and also Lieutenant Colonel Malachi Sanders, the Deputy Director of the Mississippi Highway Patrol. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Always a pleasure to have you guys in the studio. Appreciate you being here today.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good to be here.
You bet. All right, so we're just coming off the July 4th weekend, a busy travel weekend, especially with the 4th falling this time around a weekend, in this case on Sunday. Most people taking off yesterday, I think. How did we do there, Lieutenant Colonel?
Well, unfortunately, we had 2 fatalities, but as far as from an enforcement standpoint, we were out there, we were protecting and saving as many people as we could. We did a lot better this year than we did last year from a statistical standpoint, but unfortunately, those 2 deaths, something that we don't like to see.
Yeah, of course not. And so it is my understanding that these were hit and run situations. Is that true?
Yes, sir. It's still under investigation right now,
Okay.
but it's hit and run.
Okay. Is that unusual?
Well, two during an enforcement period or during a holiday period seems very unusual.
Yeah. Can you discuss with us where these crashes occurred?
One was in Batesville District, and
Okay.
the other one was in Meridian District.
Okay. Is this people just not paying attention, driving too fast, combination of all the above? What's going on there?
I would say a combination of all the above. We have so many distracted things we do when we're driving, and we have to pay more attention.
Yeah.
And that's why we hopefully with this new patrol school graduating, we'll have more people out to help people pay attention.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about, Colonel Ginn, is we just had a graduation. So how many came out of that class?
We graduated 45 new troopers.
Wow, 45. So how are we doing with respect to what our organizational staffing level should be? Are we on par? Are we a little below, a little ahead? How are we doing?
We're still below. We are up to 521 sworn now in the trooper ranks, which is still below the 650 authorized, but it is a net gain. We had 31 troopers retire in the last year, so
Okay.
we gained 14 overall from our numbers and hope to add to that again this year.
So we're 130 below of, I guess, what our staffing model calls for. Is that right?
Yes,
Did I hear
sir,
you
that's
right?
correct.
And we're recruiting, right?
Yes, sir, we are.
So what can you tell us, folks that might be interested in joining up and becoming a state trooper with the MHP? What would you say to that, Colonel?
Well, obviously, opportunities are plentiful. Right now, we are kind of taking our breath from finishing patrol school. That's a huge undertaking by the whole Department of Public Safety. But now we'll begin looking at budgets and looking at needs and then trying to determine the availability of funds to have another school. And then we're continually, though, in the process of recruiting, just making those contacts with those young men and women. We'll start this fall at Etowah Community College with our CORE program, which is designed to perk the interest of those young students at the community college level, to give them an insight into what all is available through the Highway Patrol, the various divisions, the different specialty units, and all the things that we do that a lot of people don't know that we do.
So I didn't know that about Itawamba. That's interesting, up in the northeast corner of the state. Beautiful school up there, by the way, a beautiful area. Dr. Jay Allen and Tyler Camp, good friends of mine and of the program. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, this is a pilot program that we've started. Our Public Affairs Division has done some work, and they got out and they met the people at Etowah, and they were interested in this program. And basically what it is, we'll have recruiters and different members of our department speak to a group of students that will sign up and be accepted into the program each week. This week it may be the SWAT team, somebody from the SWAT team may be there. Somebody from Air Operations may be there, somebody from MBI, the different components of jobs that are available through the patrol will be there throughout that semester, giving them some insight into what what is there and what they can do over a career with the Highway Patrol.
Is this something you think might spread to some of the other community colleges? I think we have 16 across the state.
We do. We've got some interest from other community colleges, but we're starting with Etowamba. They were the initial one, and this will be the first semester. So we want to. There will be, I'm sure, bugs and different things we'll work out and tweak it as we go along. And then I'd love to see it go throughout other community colleges in the state, because we don't want to be just one area specific. We have openings across the state, and if we can get in front of those young men and women and show them what we have to offer, we're very confident that we'll be successful in recruiting those kids or men and women to the patrol. Absolutely.
Lieutenant Colonel Sanders, what was the traffic volume like this weekend?
Well, it was a lot of people out on the road. I mean, we had a lot of people coming from other states, and a lot of our residents of this state, they were traveling to and fro. So whether it be shopping for grocery or what have you, but there were a lot of people on the road.
Yeah. Certainly, I guess, compared to last year, when we were kind of all locked up with the COVID situation, that looked like it got back to normal, sort of pre-pandemic, maybe 2019 levels?
Well, yeah, it seemed like it's back to normal as far as the traffic on the roadway. It does.
So we're short, though, 130 troopers. That means, I guess, a lot of folks are having to work sort of extra hard to cover the whole area. Is that kind of the way it works out, when you staff it and schedule how their assignments?
Yes, sir. It's very important that we schedule the troopers right as far as how they're working and the number of hours they're working, but we have to get it done.
Yeah.
We have to get it done.
And we appreciate it. You know, it's no secret that I guess over the last year in particular, there seems to be kind of a backlash against law enforcement in this country, where there seems to be a waning of respect. Do you guys feel that and see that in the state of Mississippi? I personally don't. Is that happening here?
I hadn't seen it in Mississippi. I think we have a strong state that's strong into pro-law enforcement, so I believe we've had nothing but support. And it shows when we go out to eat, when we go to different places, even tell the truth, when we stop individuals, they appreciate the work we do. That's
great to hear. And, of course, Commissioner Tyndall, you've got full support from leadership, and you as well, of course, Colonel Ginn. That's important, is it not, for you guys at that level to be supportive of the officers, to make them feel appreciated and respected? And, of course, this is how you recruit people into the state trooper organization.
That's correct. We do have a great level of support from the commissioner and the governor and our legislative body.
Yeah.
They have, over the years, been very kind to us and very generous with patrol schools and other needs that we have. But more than that, like Colonel Sanders was saying, we see it in the public. It's not very often that you don't go somewhere that somebody doesn't stop and tell you, we really appreciate what you do. And we do see that, and our troopers see that across the state, and other law enforcement have the same report. That I think in Mississippi, our citizens are special. They are hardworking and God-fearing people that realize the importance of law enforcement to our society, and conversely, we convey that to our troopers.
Sure.
You know, we provide a service that not only society needs, but in Mississippi they want, and that's to feel safe, whether it's in their home, whether it's traveling to the grocery store, or whether it's traveling across our state to another destination. And it's important for us to provide just that.
That's a great point, Colonel, is that it's not only are you being shown that level of respect, but this is something that people want. This is not just kind of a necessary evil. This is something people want because they want to be safe, and without safety, we really can't function as a prosperous society. You can't pursue happiness. You can't live a life of liberty without that. And gosh, I just want to see people do right on the roads. I know some things just happen, but would make you guys' life easier and make us all safer. And I know that's what you're out to do is to a great extent. I know when you're present and the troopers are present, that's a pretty strong message, a deterrent, and to make people straighten up, act right, and pay attention and drive.
That's exactly right.
That's just awesome. Well, From me, I just want you to know, and from this network, we very much appreciate the Mississippi Highway Patrol and all the state troopers and all the leadership and all the things you guys do to keep us safe. The men and women of the Mississippi Highway Patrol, our gratitude to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a break right here on the JT Show. We'll come right back.